Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hissing, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice snakes hurt like.
Tonight, from Salt Lake City, Utah, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here between the Chicago Bears and the Salt Lake City Pioneers. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First down throw, Darnold, and he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
To David Montgomery.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First down, Bears.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 11 carries, 52 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Darnold completes it, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Isaiah Simmons on the tackle. It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, Darnold. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it.
Darnold, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. Does the big boy have the juice? And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Recovered by the defense.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. Getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray out to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Rico Gafford, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Brought down back at the 19-yard line.
On third down, it's Pollard. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
The score, Pioneers 3.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And it's third down.
Throwing here on third down. Darnold. That's caught by Montgomery. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up fourth down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Pioneers 3, Bears nothing.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman, and he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 18-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Coleman. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. That's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On the carry, it's Montgomery. I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Brought down at the
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
This is Coleman. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Murray staying put for now. They'll go for it on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Murray. They'll roll him out right. They will find Isabella. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
3-yard line.
Now Murray off play action. Rolling to his left. This one complete to Gafford. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
First and 10.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Eluding the pressure right. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone? And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Tony Pollard in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here.
Josh Lambo.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. I absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. Also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
First down, and it's Pollard again. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, it's Murray. He'll buy some time right. This one caught by Isabella. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On the move to his left. That's into the hands of Gafford, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Steps away. His throw incomplete. Rico Gafford, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage. And
he will take this one in for a touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
We're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Here's Pollard again. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. They fake the handoff. Now Murray rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he's got some space here. Then he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys, let's go. Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. On first down, Darnold. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 17-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Auden Tate, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. The lead is theirs here in the third quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success.
You mean the spotlight isn't shining as brightly on the guy throwing it?
No, it's the man behind him that's had a heck of a game.
And that's really okay. That's actually what you're looking for. I mean, your pride tells you, hey, I want to be responsible. I want to throw a bunch of touchdown passes. But when you're able to run the football, typically speaking, your team's doing pretty well. And in this case, they're winning.
We'll see if they have balance on this drive. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
They'll roll him out right. That's Isabella open on the right side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Play fake. Murray out to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards on the play. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Shotgun now for Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. That's the end of the third quarter with the score Pioneers 19.
Off play action. Murray, he'll buy some time right. He'll run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pick up of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bears' 23-yard line.
Off the play fake. Murray rolling to his left. And he rifles one incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and
on the draw, it's Pollard. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. You don't see too many conversions on 4th and 10, but we just did there. A gain of 14 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard
from the red zone. Here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. His throw is going to be incomplete. Rico Gafford, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Off play action. Murray on the move to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
3rd and 7.
Off the play fake. Murray steps away. And it's caught. Touchdown. Rico Gafford. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
Darnold down the throw. Slant to Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Roughing the passer, defense.
That might be it right there. We can't have that.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41.
They're not even trying to do anything.
Past the 20. 10. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bears' 10-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. They'll run forward, Pollard, and he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's worked, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had a victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Complete.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 3. Darnold from the game. And he lost the football. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swinging to the ball carrier.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. They'll run with Pollard. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So they bring out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the home team here, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Chicago, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. And for Charles...